Hi everyone, Igor here, and let's continue with our modeling. Now that we finish our chair, let's start with the desk. So this one here. So let me remove my concept side. And let's go and select this container. Press one of the component modes on your keyboard. And let's add a box. And just connect this box to a match size node, and then from this match size let's make this node as a template. So with E button or with E key on your keyboard, just press and then you can either click on the node or do it like this by selecting the node. So let's start with the bottom and let's make stop part. Cool. Again, the point is that I'm not going outside of this container or this template geometry. So let's put cut here, and now what I will do and what I'm doing is I'm creating a point which will be my anchor point, let's say like this, for my leg. So what I will do, here's another trick for you which is kind of cool. Let's use always, and we are getting this shape. So let me then duplicate it and just rotate it a bit, then just extrude. Let's enable our snapping and then just snap it this point, and here we go, we have a leg. Now why I did this is because if I go to the bevel now, I can play with the width or thickness of this leg. So I think this looks fine. So let's go back to the poly extrude. Let's select everything and then let's mirror this, but on this side. Great. Now let's select these two and repeat with Q and mirror it on this side. Now I think I can remove my template with Control Shift F, and from here I can connect these two. I actually need to select one, invoke poly bridge, select destination, and then just press enter, or I can also use shift right mouse button to finish the action, but this only works for nodes, so have that in mind. Let's hide this, and I will need to delete this one, then show all primitives. Also this side seems to be a bit thinner when I look at the reference image. Again, I don't plan to make it 100% correct, but good enough. And in this case, I'll just want to clean this. Because I don't need it anymore, and I'll select an edge and then invoke polyfill, and we may continue. Awesome. So I'll add another edge here, and that will be for this part here. So this one. Now let's not extrude, but bevel. I think that's fine. Let's take this and let's duplicate. Let's not extrude, because in real life that would be a separate object for sure. So again, let's enable snapping and just snap it over here. Great. And I think this side can stay. We don't have to output back in this case. I think this is fine, but let's actually do it so that when we actually make a bevel that also bevels here. But now when I look at the reference image, this seems to be actually connected. But to be honest, I don't care. It doesn't really matter. So let's make a cut here. If I set number of loops to 1, then I know that this loop is positioned right in the center, in between these two edges, which is what I want. So now let's create. Now we can all again duplicate this part. Yeah, let's duplicate and then extrude here. And we can actually delete the top part. So after the extrude, you can delete it immediately because the extrude actually remembers the polygon selection, that front polygon selection, so you can just blast it out or delete. Okay, great. Let's continue. I'll duplicate these two and again extrude. And I need to grab this thing so I can snap. I need output back, but this time I will not output front, so that this drawer is shallow. And I will also use these two polygons and just move it a bit inside. And I can now copy this value for my next move. Again, now I can choose to just extrude, but I'm not gonna extrude. I'll duplicate again. I will extrude now and I will copy the value here, but in plus now. Now this is aligned correctly. And I will output back in. Now what I will do, I need to somehow get these drawers outside. It's very easy. So I will just use transform, select everything, use transform. And then select these insides and then extrude. Like this. Output back, select both of these and just reverse the normals. And voila. And now I can go back to my transform and just reset the position, and these drawers are now where we want them. Very convenient. Okay. The next thing I need are these smaller drawers. And what I will do, I will select this thing here. No, I'm not gonna extrude. I will use duplicate again. I think this will be fine. Extrude. Out, back. That seems fine. Oops. Let's go to selection mode and then let's execute knife and cut somewhere here. And then let's move knife below and then let's connect or bridge these two. Because if you look at the image, you can see that there is a thicker part at the bottom instead of the legs. Okay, cool. Now I will do again the same. Actually, no. I will use edge group this time. One. Repeat with Q. Make sure that everything is in the middle. go to edge mode, and I will now use poly bevel, and I will go as much as I can, and then make sure that I add divisions. And in this way I am making sure that I have that it's 100% precise. And all these sections are the same. Only thing that I need to do, I need to go into my polygon mode and convert these to points, and then just make sure to fuse everything so that these overlapping points after I beveled the edges are basically fused. So now what I can do, I can select these, deselect the one I don't need, and again invoke poly bevel and make this cross section, which I will poly bridge. Select, invoke with Q again, poly bridge, select destination, Q, S for selection mode, Q, enter, and voila. That's it. Now for these rovers, I will do the same. Select these bottom polygons, duplicate, extrude, and then I still didn't figure why are these are not the same. I really have no idea. You see here, I would expect that those values are the same, but they are not. So what I can do, I'll make sure that I'm using output back, and then this top do not have a front polygon. So I will just move these manually like this. Select, grab the axis, and drag this axis to one of the points and just snap. So you need to make sure if you don't want that the selection goes all around, make sure that you are using the correct axis. So you are constraining, if you're selecting Y in this case, you're constraining the movement only on the Y axis, which we want in this case, right? So again, let's pick these here. Let's bring this back a little bit. Again, I can copy this value, duplicate polygons, extrude, in distance set the value I just copied, make sure it's in plus, and then from here let's select everything, let's use adjust transform, get it back or outside, and then here let's extrude, make sure to output back for thickness, select everything, reverse, go back to transform, reset the values, and that's it. At this point, I still need to make handles, but before I make the handles, I think I'll just try to bevel everything. So select everything with N. In your edge mode, poly bevel, and let's bevel some things and make sure that we exclude the things we don't need. I think this bevel is good enough. Everything seems to work fine. Again, let's go to polygon mode and then invoke normal, and then just make sure that weighting method is set to by face area. Great, looks great if you ask me. So, and for the last part, I think that would be the last part, is that now we should create the handles, and let me use the new curve tool. Didn't use it much, but in this case I think we can create it. So from the top view, let's enable the grid snapping and then do something like this. Deselect with middle mouse button, and then let's go into the edit points. Or no, let's see. Select and then change point type into the round corner, and let's make a corner from these. I think this will be okay. And then again we can go to edit, and to be honest I'm not sure how do I move these, but I'll just do it like this manually with edit node. Okay, that looks nice. And now what I can do, select the spline and then run the sweep on it, press enter, and let's use this and use 6 sides or columns, and then just work on the thickness. This will be too much, so we will scale this down. Let me see what I want to do here. Let me enable my desk. So here, let's see. Use transform. Let's make this smaller, but also let's reposition or invoke the, see what is it called, pivot mode, to reposition the axis. And now I can use my orient picking and just aim here. Oops, need to make sure that my pivot mode is not enabled. So here, if I go back to my sweep, I can choose thickness. I think this is fine. Yeah, that's fine. And now I can duplicate this or mirror. Awesome. And now I can duplicate this and just also use my orient. But in this case, I'll make this a bit smaller and just position manually. And then again, duplicate, position manually, and add 2 more and see if this fits. I guess it does. Now what I will do, I will create a group from these and name them candles, candles, and then just with selection mode, Control I on your keyboard to invert the invert selection, and then again press Q to repeat the last node. And in this case, okay, it was invoke on this node trim because it's smart enough. Houdini is smart enough to know. But before I do that, let me delete it too. I will go into my polygon mode with N, select everything, and then press T on my keyboard, and now automatically everything also actually everything was merged, but in the node network, these two different node streams merge automatically. If I press L on my keyboard, this gets organized a bit more. Then with F, I am framing my selected node. And now let's select these and let's make a group. By the way, merge node seems to be buggy, so sometimes it will bug you out. But anyway, handles, great. Now let's S, Control E, Q, and then just say desk or wood. Doesn't really matter. It's up to you how you want to handle this. And now in selection mode, let's choose geometry groups. And we already have desk selected, so now we can invoke material. And let's repeat this for the handles. Back to that. And pretty much that would be it. But before I finish, I just want to add normal here. Set it around like 38. Should we hit L? And then just that output node and say output from desk. Color these and these. And now let's space Y on our keyboard to see what we got outside. Everything seems fine. We can go with number 4 outside into the object network. Save what we did. And now from here, N, lops. Start our rendering. And voila, everything updated as expected. And you can see the desk now here. Now here is a bonus, something nice you can guys do. So let's go back inside, and before these, let's select normal and let's select these, and let's invoke transform and put it, oh oops, okay, I need these two. Come on. Enter. And now let's put it outside a bit. And let's rename this. Control. Or right or left, depends how you look at it. And now let's select this one. Q to repeat the transform and rename it left. And let's do the same for these. I'll just pick one. Q. And say for small. And put it back. Save. Let's go back to lops. And now everything is updated, and you can see how this looks now. Now the thing is that we can go back and actually easily, by recolor these, I can actually easily move these back, just resetting the values. I can also animate those. no problem. So let's hit Alt left mouse button. Let's bring it here. A bit smaller. Let's bring it here. Let's reset the values. Alt again. Alt left mouse button again. Let's move it, I don't know, outside here. Alt left mouse button. And then press play. And this is what we get. How cool is that? And you can do these for everything. And don't forget, if you want to isolate controls, you can do it from here, and then from here play with the values. You can also, what you can also do, if you go outside, pick this, make sure to make it black so that I know I'm finished. We can edit perimeter values. Add folder, say controls, that, and let's go back inside. Shift T, let's pick this one, and then let's just bring this value here. You can rename it as you want. Apply, accept. Let's go out, and now on this node you have your control, and you can animate this from here. So you can imagine what we could do, how easily we could set our controls for anything here that we will model, and then for some reason animate it. Very, very convenient. I think I will do some animation after I'm done with the modeling here. So, and yes, of course, you go back to LOPS, you don't even have to change layout. You can see the changes immediately, go back and continue with your modeling. Anyway, guys, that would be it for the next video. Let's see what I will model next. I still didn't decide. So guys, make sure to stay safe, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.